All right, so Orange Crush workout number, which one is this? Number 11. So what we have, for the general warm-up, I would just work through the dynamic warm-up. That can largely be just kind of in place. Of course, you can always throw in some variations to that if you want, or if there's things that were sore or really worked on earlier in the week, feel free to throw in something to work on that. And then the workout, what we have is we have 3 stations. At each station, you're going to be working for 4 minutes, trying to get through as many rounds as possible of 2 movements. So station number 1, you're trying to get through as many rounds of 10 kettlebell swings and 8 box jumps as you can. But the deal is that before that, so the timer starts 3, 2, 1, go. They have to knock out either 30 calories for guys or 20 calories for ladies before they can get to work on their 10 kettlebell swings and 8 box jumps for as many rounds. So each time there's a buy-in that they have to complete that they'll start out when the timer starts, and they'll knock that out before they can get to the 2 movements that they're trying to get as many rounds through as possible. So that's station 1, it's that rowing calorie buy-in, and then as many rounds of kettlebell swings and box jumps as they can. Station number 2, again, we've got a buy-in, 25 calories for guys, 15 calories for ladies on the bikes, and then they're getting through as many rounds of 10 push press and 8 kneeling ball slams as they can. Last station, the buy-in is the same for everybody. It's 20 lengths of a shuttle run, so that's 10 times down and back. And then as many rounds through of 10 Cossack squats and 8 up, up, down, down planks as they can. So 4 minutes of work, 2 minutes rest between stations. You're trying to get through 2 rounds of this. Just a heads up on timing. That's a big chunk of work. That's about 36 minutes of work. So you're gonna wanna make sure you're getting through the warm-up pretty quick. You might have to adjust the time just depending on how quickly people are moving. You might have to adjust the timing of that second round. Maybe you drop it down to 3 minutes of work and 90 seconds of rest or something like that. Ideally though, you're trying to get through everything. So after you explain the workout, then what I would do is I would have everybody grab out a kettlebell and get a little extra drilling of that kettlebell swing just because it's something that people tend to struggle with. How I like to kind of build up and drill a kettlebell swing is that I have every rep start from a dead stop. A kettlebell swing doesn't start from here and you kind of hump it until it gets up. It starts from out in front of you where you hike it and swing from there. So I like to have people do a few reps of just that, where they come in, 1 swing, back down, and out. Making sure that they're not swinging low, that they're standing up a little bit after that first hike, so that way they're into a good position. After they get a few of just a single swing, cool, they're looking pretty good. Then you might move them to hike and 3 swings, really emphasizing that hip drive, and then they come back to a dead stop. And then another set of 3, 1, 2, really driving those hips, 3, and then out. And then maybe another set of 3 and 1 or 2 sets of 5 swings. People should be breathing heavy. They should have a really good feel for that kettlebell swing. Then have a couple people keep their kettlebells out. How I would recommend setting up the room is rowers, kettlebells and boxes here. In the middle, you've got the bike and room for the push presses and slams. And then next to the dumbbell racks is open for the shuttle runs and Cossack squats and up, up, down, down planks. So, like I said, after you've drilled the kettlebell swings a bit, then I'm gonna have people go through 2 rounds of 6 box jumps, 6 push presses, and 6 Cossack squats, just to get a feel for the movement and make sure they're nice and warmed up. On the box jumps, they're trying to figure out their height. The push press, figure out their weight. And the Cossack squats, just get a feel for the movement and get like some depth in there. So kettlebell swings, box jumps. I'm not too picky on the height. I want something that people are comfortable with. So maybe they could jump onto an 18-inch box, but holy crap, that takes a lot of time and really like recharging. They're trying to hammer through these rounds, so they want something that's going to be pretty quick, even if that's 6, 9, or just 12 inches. Even if it's pretty low, that's okay. Your push presses are a pair of dumbbells at the shoulders, little dip, punching it out, little dip, punch it out. The ball slams, like I said, they're kneeling ball slams. So I would recommend having some Airex pads out. But from here, they're popping up tall, slamming that down. Notice that they can get a little pop and help from the hips, but it's definitely gonna be heavy on the shoulders. Cossack squats means that the feet are staying out nice and wide. They're coming as low as they can to the one side, coming up to the center, low as they can to the other side, up to the center. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. They can definitely weight those to make it a little more challenging, especially if they're so tight that they're not getting very deep. Definitely weight them to make them at least like somewhat challenging. Up, up, down, down planks. So up, up, down, 1, up, up, down, 2, up, up, down, 3. Try to have people alternating the reps if they can. If that's just too much to think about, don't worry about it. They can definitely elevate those onto boxes as well. They can put their elbows up onto a box to make those a little bit easier. So yeah, one thing to keep in mind and just kind of tell people is that we're doing couplets, or at least the first 2 stations are couplets that kind of smash the same thing. The kettlebell swings is more explosive hip drive and legs, same with the box jumps, and then the push press is pretty heavy explosive shoulders, same thing with the ball slams. So just letting people know like this is gonna add up differently than when things are working on different movement patterns. Like it's going to add up very similarly and the shoulders are gonna be smoked or the lower body is gonna be smoked. So just giving people that heads up. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.